Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on today's webinar. Okay, I'm going to jump right in here. We have some guest speakers joining us as well, but I want everyone just to understand what today's presentation is about. This is a full hands-on training for everyone that's on the call, and even if you're listening to this after today on our YouTube channel or through our e-blast, that's great. As always, take out a fresh pen and paper and write down some notes because you're going to learn a lot about some new platforms, some new additions, testimonials, sales concepts, all of the above. And I don't want these notes to get mixed up with other meetings, seminars, because it's so important. We all get excited today, but I want you to remember this a week or two from now, especially, let's say, after 2020 starts in January. I want you to use a lot of these tactics to change your year, okay, and obviously succeed. When you succeed, we succeed. It's a win-win across the board. So, fresh piece of paper. I want to introduce real quick Joseph Loughran, our Marketing Vice President, and then we have Sahar joining us as well from Legacy Armour. So some great stuff. What we're doing is, so November issue of Insurance Newsnet magazine, they do an annual tech guide. It's a special edition, and we were featured in the centerfold of the tech guide. And the reason why is because of our 3 tech-forward thinking platforms, okay, that will help agents make more sales ultimately. The first one is the Insure Me Now Direct platform, which is also known as Sell While You Sleep. We have some new updates, some changes. As you know, we launched a few months ago, and it is taking off. And what's so neat is Legacy Armour system is actually built into Insure Me Now Direct. So Sahar is going to talk all about Legacy Armour as soon as I wrap up from Insure Me Now Direct. And then Joe is going to dive into our new Life Settlement Hub platform. So we're going to show you 2 real live cases, okay, that just happened, and show you why and how life settlements can become a very easy sale for you and a way to supplement your income, and B, a way to help your clients tremendously. And I promise some of these ideas and strategies that Joe's going to share you haven't seen before. And when you look at it in black and white in layman's terms, I know you're going to say to yourself, oh my gosh, I have a case just like this. I'm going to call this client after the call because this is a slam dunk. Okay, so I have 2 good stories for that. So we're going to break this up into 3 parts. So Insure Me Now Direct, Legacy Armour, and then, of course, the Life Settlement Platform. And then we have a giveaway at the end of the call. We're giving away the new Amazon Fire tablet. All you have to do, okay, is A, make sure you're paying attention and write down some notes on your fresh piece of paper, because something I'm going to bring up on this webinar, I'm going to ask you the question. So I'm going to answer it for you during the call. At the end, I'm going to ask you all a question. You have to type in to that question box on the right side. Okay, everybody should have a little panel up for GoToWebinar. There's a question and answer box. So whoever types in the answer first wins the Amazon Fire tablet, and we'll announce your name as well. Okay, your first name and first initial. So we'll announce the winner at the end, but make sure you're paying attention. Also, everybody gets our brand new live lead script that we just came out with for the Live Transfer Lead Program. We're going to give all attendees the new script at the end of the call. Everybody will get a thank you email, and we'll give you sign-up links to get started with all 3 platforms. And then, of course, we'll include the free script in that thank you email. If you do not receive that email by the end of today, before we leave tonight, please let us know. Just send me or Joe an email. That means it's probably in your junk or spam folder, or there's a problem with your email address. But just always expect a thank you email that same day, okay, before we close shop. Okay, so let's dive right in here. And I want everyone to explain, how important these three platforms are before we get started. So, number one is Insure Me Now Direct, okay? And I'm just going to give you a quick overview. InsureMeNowDirect.com. If you're an insurance agent in today's world and you don't have a website that's up and running, you're literally riding a horse around New York City, okay? And I mean that. I don't mean to be mean or disrespectful, but the bottom line is, in order for you to be a successful agent, or quite frankly, in any business, you have to have a website, okay? Now, on that website, you must have links and calculators and quote engines, and why not have your own Amazon insurance platform, right? So think Amazon, but for insurance products. The only difference is it's your custom link, okay? It's already done for you. It's your picture, your phone number. Anything that gets purchased on that platform from your client, you get full commission plus renewals from. Okay, so it's free for you. There's no fees or maintenance fees or anything whatsoever. If you're a Levinson agent, you get free access, okay? If you don't have this platform and you're licensed in the insurance space today, you're falling backwards. So make sure you sign up. We're going to send the sign up link when we're done. Number two, Legacy Armour. Okay, that is, think of like the online safe deposit box, like old school, Bank of America. Your grandparents or parents walked in and kept all of their important passwords or information or jewelry, whatever, in that safe deposit box. Well, here we are, 2019. We have a full online version with built-in artificial intelligence that will change the game for you and your clients. And you probably say, well, how does it change the game for me, Bill? I'm the agent. Well, it changes the game for you because every time your client logs in to make a change, beneficiary change, whatever the case is, guess what? On the right side, it says plan provided by Bill Levinson, your life insurance agent, with your phone number. Okay, so that means your name is in front of these clients forever. So guess what? When the time comes for them to need a new policy, or they need to make a change, or they need to talk about long-term care or annuities, they're going to call you. Okay, we even have a built-in quote engine inside the tool. So this is very, very cool stuff. It's free for you to enroll in the program. So again, there's no charge whatsoever. And I also want to share real quick, we have a local agency here. Okay, think of like a call, I hate to say the word call center, but it's kind of like a call center, and they literally they bought an old Walgreens, okay, and they converted it into all of these small offices. They have almost 100 licensed agents hitting the phones for Medicare, open enrollment, for life insurance, supplemental products. They're one of our largest agencies. So they came on board with Legacy Armour, okay? So what they did, they went for the unlimited program, which gives them access to the platform, and they can sign up as many clients and prospects as they wish, okay? If it's 10 or 5 or 30,000, that's totally up to them. It's free for every single person to set up their account. So they put a whole campaign, e-blast, they have SEO work, they're driving traffic, they have all of these e-blasts and campaigns built, and what they do, their angle is, hey, client or prospect, if you set up an appointment with us, we will enroll you in Legacy Armour at no charge with no purchase necessary. And they're using that to drive traffic and generate leads, and they are crushing it. Okay, so think along those lines. They're using that as the hook. The client makes the appointment either online or in person or over the phone. They give them free, they have their own Legacy Armour platform or Doc Vault, whatever you want to call it, at no charge, right? And they're using that to get their foot in the door and then talk about life insurance because it's a slam dunk and tease up the sale for you. So, and it's free. So it's free lead generation, okay? And they're doing this all over the country. So it works, okay? I know for a fact because we're seeing it happen and we're seeing the premium dollars come in. So that's Legacy Armour in a nutshell. Now, life settlements. Now, obviously, years and years ago, life settlements got a little bit of a black eye in our industry. Totally different world now, okay? We teamed up with our third-party vendor. We have the coolest technology available with calculators. Now, we can give you a life settlement offer within a couple of days. That's a real number. Okay, we have an instant calculator that gives you the ballpark offer. But I'm gonna give you a quick example. Okay, when you think to your book of business, right? I don't care how long you've been doing this. We just had recently, I'm not going to mention any names, we had an agent, and it's important for me to share this because I know we all have cases like this. Okay, so we have an agent who was also the customer or client, right? He bought himself a universal life policy about 6-7 years ago through, I believe it was Transamerica. So he calls in and says, you know, guys, I really can't afford my premium any longer. I'm just going to let the policy lapse. Can you give me some guaranteed issue quotes? Okay. So we turn around and said, of course we can give you guaranteed issue quotes. What's going on? It turns out he was diagnosed with cancer and he has about 5 to 7 years to live. Okay. So he wanted something small for burial insurance. So we said, well, wait a minute, Mr. Agent. I'm not going to mention names out of privacy. Wait a minute, Mr. Agent. Before we even look at guaranteed issue, which is always an option on the table, why don't we look at selling your policy? So here the policy was 3 weeks away from lapsing, okay? It was a $100,000 universal life policy. Turns out this was a perfect candidate for a life settlement. He walked away with an $18,000 check plus the commissions, okay, for a policy that was going to disappear in 3 weeks. So meanwhile, he's been paying the last 7 years on the policy. Now it's worth zero. He was just going to let it go away because he couldn't afford the premium anymore, and he was going to buy a guaranteed issue policy. So here he walks away with a check for 18 grand plus full commissions because he's the agent and the client, right? So we turned a zero into a very healthy number for a gentleman that couldn't use this more and fast enough. So just think about this. You think life settlements, oh, it's not for me, whatever. Do you know a better solution for someone in that position? I don't. That was a slam dunk. It worked perfect. But think about a $500,000 case or $1 million case. You're talking about $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 of commissions. Could be more, could be a little less, depending on how unhealthy the client is, obviously. But the options are unlimited, and a lot of us have these cases in our book of business today, but the client's not aware of these options. And we have to do our due diligence and make sure that we do a good job to explain what options are on the table, okay? So Joe's going to dive into that a little more. I'm going to walk quickly through Insure Me Now Direct, some of our new lead programs, and then I'm going to introduce Sahar. So real quick, left side is our brand new live transfer lead program. Now, I'm going to tell you something. This program works, okay, and I'm standing behind it. The reason why, we have a pilot agent using this in California right now who's averaging 3 to 5 sales with every order of 15. Okay, so I know the program works because he's about as picky as they come. In fact, he's on this call today. He's about as picky as they come, and 99.9% of his sales are done over the phone. He does not leave his house, period. He's a younger guy in his low 30s. He's excellent on the phone. He's a great guy overall. But if it's working for him, I know it's going to work for you all. Then we get an email in last week. We have a newer agent that just started the program. He sends me an email and he says, Bill, I'm loving the program so far. In fact, Joe, let's include the email in without names, obviously, but let's include that email in the thank you that goes out today. But bottom line is, he said, I'm loving the program. I had 4 calls transferred so far, and I have 4 appointments set up so far. So 4 out of 4, okay? And we all know if you have 4 appointments, you're going to sell at least half or more, okay? So the program is working. We negotiated a super deal for everybody. Minimum order is $15. The leads are just $25. That's about half of the cost of a normal live transfer lead program. The only thing you have to do is set aside time, certain days and times when you're open to receive the calls. And then for whatever reason, if you don't answer the phone, they send you an email in real time with all of the client's information. But the program works. On the right side, we have our website that we created just for all of our co-op lead programs available for Levinson agents only, levinsonleadprogram.com. We also just came up with a great annuity mailer program. Okay, that's a co-op deal. And keep in mind, we just added our newest employee, Ashley, is joining us as well. She has 15 years of home office experience in the annuity space. So she's brand new to us. Reach out to Ashley or Josh anytime if you want to get set up with the annuity mailer program, or if you have an annuity case to write. Okay, give us a shot. We have some great new incentives that we can make sure that everybody is familiar with. Okay, moving forward, if you haven't listened to the Bill Levinson Experience podcast, please do. Okay, if you're on your way to an appointment, if you're doing yoga, walking, gym, if you have Bluetooth in your car, you can literally Bluetooth stream this right from your smartphone to the car, listen on the way to work. I don't care, but I promise you, you'll walk away with some great motivation, inspiration, sales ideas. We just launched the last episode, 13, was with one of the top estate planning attorneys in South Florida. Lauren was joining us, and we give some great concepts, strategies all around estate planning and landing the large case. We talk about death tax, estate taxes. We talk about gift tax, inheritance, and really, really neat stuff that will help you become dangerous when you're talking about the estate planning market. So check that out when you get a chance. And then, of course, we have all of our other great episodes that I promise you're going to walk away with some great, great information. Okay, moving forward here. Insure Me Now Direct. This is a game changer in our space, and this is the main reason why 2019 for Levinson and Associates has been a record-breaking year. We are up 33% over last year when most of our competitors are down. And the reason why is because of our value add proposition, because of our tools, and because of our infographic that contains all of our iGenius tools, technology, and platforms. And, you know, I look at this very, very seriously, and I say to myself every freaking day, I say, Bill, what can we do to help our agents make more sales, right? And this has been a dream of mine for the last 10 years. And I said to myself, if Amazon is doing this, why can't we do this in the insurance space? And yes, there are these direct-to-consumer platforms like Ethos and Policy Genius, okay, where they go direct to the consumer and they cut out you, the agents, okay? They're all fishing from the same pond, but the difference is with our platform, we gear you up to go direct to consumer and compete with them. And the reason why I say compete with them, they have one product for everyone. You have 12 products for everyone. So think about that old captive versus brokerage mindset, okay? This helps you remain a true broker and have access to all the top products and carriers. They're handcuffed to one. You are getting full commissions plus renewals. With their platform, they don't have any agents. Okay, so think about how you can get this out there. Banks, health agencies, P&C agencies, we can co-brand this for them, put this on their website, and you get full commission in renewals. So there's so many ways, and we're only making it bigger and better. We just added Gerber Life to the platform. Obviously, Legacy Armour has a direct-to-consumer self-enroll button there on the bottom left. We have our scholarship program now. The clients can self-enroll in, and with our 12 life insurance and supplemental products. So, and oh, by the way, we're adding another, and in fact, 2 more health products that we just signed up with. So we have all of the above now, and it's only getting bigger and better. Very, very simple, black and white, easy to use. If you look at the first screen there, left side, that just gives you an idea of what the home page looks like. As soon as your client clicks start here, the next page in the middle there, where it says quote, that's where they put in their basic information. On the right side is what products are available. They hit next, all the quotes come up. They can bundle, they can buy individual products, and then most of these products are either guaranteed issue or simplified issue within 24 hours or instantly. and then the policy gets sent directly to the client. You did nothing but make full commissions plus renewals, just like if it was a face-to-face sale. Okay, and every page they're on, look at that arrow on the top, Ryan Reynolds. That's going to be you with your phone number and your email. So if they get stuck halfway through, they're going to remember to call Ryan Reynolds or you, right? If it's your platform. And let's say they say, yeah, I'm not too comfortable sharing my personal info. Fine. Do you want to set up a webinar or a face-to-face and I can go over everything with you? Sure. And then you finish the sale anyway, and you still make your commission, so who cares? So anyway, the platform is freaking awesome. We have 2 new videos for recruiting agents, if that's what you're doing, building your own hierarchy, or if you want to send out videos to consumers to drive traffic, we have those as well. We can even co-brand them for you. And Joe will include those 2 videos in today's thank you email as well. Okay, moving forward here. I know I'm getting a little excited. I love this stuff. I mean, I think that if you know me long enough, I've been talking about this for a long time, and to see it all come to fruition, and now we're adding, carriers are actually coming to us now because they want to be part of the platform. And I remember in the beginning, I would fly all over the country. We couldn't get one carrier to buy into this, not one company, because they were worried about not having the agent involved with the sale. So here we are today working on the 5th carrier, and we have 2 more carriers that are already in discussions with us. So this to me is the ultimate feather in our cap. And you know, at the end of the day, it's about helping our agents differentiate themselves from the competitors. That's it. Okay, you win, we win. It's not rocket science. Very, very simple. And that's been our mission, and that's been what we're focused on year after year. Okay, let's move forward here. I want to introduce our main guest presenter. We have Sahar joining us from Legacy Armour. And again, sit back, make sure you take notes, and I want everyone to walk away with great info. Sahar, are you there?
I am.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to share my screen.
Yep, no problem. By the way, everything she's going to go over today, we're going to send in the thank you email so you can get started. Okay, it's free to enroll, and then you'll see the 3 different packages, whatever you want to sign up for. But she's going to take the wheel.
Okay, thank you, Bill. Can you see my screen?
Yep, we can.
Okay, well, I'm really excited about the partnership that Legacy Armour has with Levinson and Associates, and I really want to comment a little bit on the statement that Bill just made, which is really got my attention, which is everybody is fishing from the same pond, right? And looking for differentiators for you agents so you can sell more. I actually had the privilege of meeting with some of you, and I would hear comments such as, by being part of Levinson's agency, I have access to all the tools that I need to enable my sales, and I can reach more clients that way, and I can close more deals. And that is why I'm really excited that Legacy Armour is one of those tools that Levinson's provides to its agents. Think of us as a sales enablement tool, all right? We are the platform that helps your clients protect their assets that you can sell them, like insurance policies, like accident protection, health insurance, any kind of protection policy that they buy from you. The question is, what happens to those assets if something happened to this owner of those policies? What happens to their loved ones if they cannot have access to that information? Well, we are trying to solve for that problem. But at the same time, we want this platform to be your differentiator when you're talking to your clients. You offer them the protection of those assets. You offer them a way that they can contact you beyond your engagement with them. It's not just when you sell them the insurance policy and they're gone. It's actually beyond that, and I'll explain a little bit more how we can do that. And now you are informed when anything changes in their life, so you can come back to trigger more reviews, as Bill has mentioned. This is something that we're very excited about, and we're seeing a lot of success applying this because everybody can sell insurance, right? There are a lot of competition out there that sells insurance products. what differentiates you as a Levinson's agent is obviously the high quality products that you offer, but also why not bundle your services with a platform that also helps your clients feel that they're taken care of, that their future loved ones are taken care of in the future, and that you are staying in touch with them as well. So for those of you who are not familiar with the interface and the platform, I'm going to show you how it looks like for your client. And we want it to be about you. We want to promote your brand. I want you to feel, each one of you, that you're excited when you introduce the Legacy Armour platform to your clients. Your name, your brand is shown under plan provided by, and your address is there. And there is a way also for your client to click on this contact advisor, one button. They put in the message and it reaches you, and you can call them directly. Or even if they went into any of those storage encrypted vaults where they can store all their assets, or where they can designate the recipients, you get notified right away, so you can call them and say, hey, how can I help you? And obviously trigger sales for additional products. Again, sales enablement tool. There is also the interface with, I'm sure you're familiar with the insurance coder, right? Well, we've integrated that widget. Your own custom widget will be integrated into your client's Vault dashboard. So when they're looking at additional products, maybe they just don't want to contact you right away, they click on this insurance coder tool, and it shows them basically how to get a hold of you, right? So this is something that we wanted to include in the platform to remove any pre-steps before they can find you and get a hold of you and ask you for more products. This is right there in front of them as they probably manage their own assets and like, okay, I need additional protection. They can click on that, and then that basically triggers another opportunity for a sale for you. And then last but not least, we provide your client, this is all included in the platform, an actual wallet card. We call it the health card. This card will have your information, as you can see at the bottom right corner here. It's going to have your information on the card, and this card will have their emergency contact information. It will have a QR code on the back that links to their health directive or any other benefits they'd like. And here's the beautiful part about this. Folks have actually figured out a way to scan this card into a digital wallet card on their mobile phone. So basically, anybody can, if they want to share this digital wallet card, it can be shared with family members, loved ones, and they will have the QR code that links to their health directive if something happened to them, or any other benefits. We don't really care what they upload in these vaults that this card is pointing to. So it's beautiful to see how the creativity of people has actually been applied towards this digital age, where you can actually leverage these ideas towards making sure that you communicate with loved ones about your wishes and your health information. That is something I wanted to share with you. So when you're sitting with your client, you can actually say to them, all of this is included for you because I care about you. I care about your loved ones. I care about your peace of mind. And on top of all this, all of these benefits to your clients cannot really use the platform properly unless they add what we call designated recipients. These are the beneficiaries that will receive the information when the platform detects that something happened to the information owner. These are warm leads for you. Each vault can have up to 2 designated recipients that will receive the content of that vault, and you can see that information, and you can basically work with your client to reach those recipients and see if they as well need access to more products. So think about this. We always talk about lead generation and how hard it is, and you got to work harder and not smarter. No, we want to make sure that the tool allows you to work even smarter, right? You can have these 6 warm prospects, basically. You can reach out to them. You'll have their email, your phone number, and obviously with the permission of your client, you can reach out to them and you can work with them on selling additional products. Very excited about this, and we see it working every day. Now I'm going to go to you know, I want to speak sales a little bit, and I see that part of your Levinson training. I know that you have visibility to, you know, call scripts or face-to-face conversational scripts. But again, since I'm introducing or I'm presenting Legacy Armour as your sales enablement tool, I want to focus on a specific area that's part of your call script or sales script. I know that usually, you know, people are trained, or sales folks are trained, that you start with an opening sentence that hooks your prospect, right? You're looking at the best answer to, well, what does my company do for you, right? How can I help you? Then you move to something like addressing your prospect's pain points, right? Are you spending too much money on your insurance, right? What areas are not covered, right? You're trying to get their interest in wanting to listen to you and then buy products from you, to trust you. Then you want to show what your benefits are. Like, you know, what's the benefit of your company's policies? Is it more competitive pricing? Do you have different bundles, combinations? But then you have to share your competitive differentiator, right? What is your unique selling proposition? And, you know, I hear Bill, and I hear about all the services and products that Levinson offers. So these are on their own, obviously, competitive differentiators. But why not even introduce this Legacy Armour platform on top of that, to tell them that, you know, I want to protect what you're protecting here by giving you this platform. And that's where this combination of this partnership between Legacy Armour and Levinson has really come to service you to become even more competitive in the insurance domain. We are talking, folks, about disruption of the insurance industry. We're talking about ways of communication that do not just focus on selling insurance, but they focus on the well-being and the long-term benefit for your client beyond the initial engagement of just selling them the product. You know, statements like, on top of our quality insurance products, when you buy insurance from Levinson and Associates, I want to provide you with an asset protection service that will secure all of your important information, such as insurance policies, bank account information, estate documents, health information, all scheduled for loved ones to be, you know, have access to if something happened to you. And then you can maybe follow that with something like, life is unpredictable and we care about your peace of mind. We want to provide you with a great service for years to come, not just at the end of this conversation. I want to be there for you if anything changes in the future. Let me offer you, and then you talk to them about the product from Levinson at a price, whatever you have to offer, and then let me bundle the subscription to this asset protection platform. You can say for free if you're part of the VIP agent program, or you can say the specific price, you know, for $50 a year or $150 a year, depending on which tier that you subscribe to as part of, you know, our Levinson Legacy Armour partnership. Let's do this over the phone. What do you say? If you can see here, you know, you're adding another, you know, you're just pushing a little bit further in terms of convincing this client to buy from you before anybody else. Now, the access to enable this platform, the Legacy Armour platform, is already, as Bill has mentioned, is part of the Insure Me Now Direct. And so, as you know, part of your own custom page or homepage with Insure Me Now Direct, you can have your client apply on their own, whether it's, you know, the 50 per year plan, 150 per year plan, or the free, right? And basically what will happen is they will have access to entering their own information. They can designate their password, and if it's free, they won't get this, you know, second tab billing information. It will just go from account information to email confirmation. And now they're going to be in the platform. This is what they're going to see. And as you can see, as I mentioned before, your information is right there in front of them. You will also have, each one of you will have their own custom registration link that is already going to be integrated in Insure Me Now Direct. But if you want to talk to your client directly and email it directly, why not? And you also have the ability to add them manually through your own, advisor agent login to the platform. So there are so many ways that you can enable your client's subscription to Legacy Armour. And again, remember, you will have the benefit of putting your brand in front of them. This is their dashboard that you're looking at with your brand there and ability to contact you, and all of the features that we discussed, they will have there. And then don't forget this, your business card almost. This is your business card in their wallet, 24/7. I mean, it cannot get any better than that. And they will need this card. They will use this card. This is something that, we found a huge interest in. I'm going to just go real quick over the plans. I'm sure as part of your onboarding, for those who are new to Levinson, you will learn more about the features of each one. But I just wanted to go over that real quick. So depending on how you prefer to service your clients, you can either do the $50 per year, and that's really passing the savings to your client. You can do the $150 per year, and that qualifies you for the first year to keep the $100 out of the $150 for marketing allowance, and then $75 the following years, up to 20 years. Or, this is the third tier, is our preferred, the VIP agent plan. This is where you actually subscribe to the Legacy Armour kind of agent service, and then you can offer this free for your clients, unlimited, right? And with that, I want to make sure I'm not running out of time. With that tier, I'm excited to announce what we call the referral program. This tier, the VIP agent referral program, is an opportunity for agents who subscribe to this third tier to also gain extra commission, 20% commission on referrals to other VIP agents. I mean, so think about this as an additional revenue generator for you. Not only are you using the platform and offering it to your clients for free, you're also having the opportunity to refer other agents, and it does not have to be in insurance, in estate planners, financial planners, health. I mean, and you can really, the opportunities are limitless here, right? And then you can make huge earnings from that on top of your existing revenue streams. We are committed to support you. In fact, we are going to have this weekly call, as I emailed some of you, that I want to make sure that we give you your branded collateral. We want to make sure that you have access to all of the objections and how you can respond to those. If you will have any questions about using the platform, you have our full commitment and support to make sure that you are successful in offering the service. And, by all of this, when you combine all of these techniques, we're hoping that you can also get more leads, because the more you work with other agents and you delight the agents as well, not just your clients, you're now getting their trust to referring their clients to you for selling insurance. So the steps are really easy. You register through the Levinson sign-up page for enabling your agent account. You start referring other agents, and you earn the 20% commission. And with that, I just wanted to make sure I put the link for the registration for enabling the Legacy Armour subscription for agents. And if you have any questions, again, refer to my email that I sent out, that we are going to meet with you weekly starting December 11th. But even before that, if you like, more than happy, I'm sure Bill and Joe will share my contact information. I am here for you, to support you, and work with Bill and his executive team on making sure you are successful. Thank you for the opportunity.
That was perfect. And I just want everyone to know, to get started, okay, we're going to show you there you go. So on our website, under marketing and then Legacy Armour, you're going to see that page come up. And again, all Levinson agents, it's free to enroll your platform, okay? And then you decide either package 1, 2, or 3 on the bottom. So either A, your client pays $50 a year, okay, which is literally the price of a cup of coffee every month. Very inexpensive. The second option, your client pays $150, but you get the marketing fee on the difference plus renewals, okay, on top of your life insurance commission and renewals, okay? So you're getting it from two sides. Or option three is what I was talking about in the beginning of the webinar, where we have the agency that actually pays the $185 per month, but it's unlimited. You can sign up as many people as you can think of, even if they don't buy a product from you, okay? The only thing I would make them do is set the appointment with you so you can enroll them in Legacy Armour for free, and then it brings up the life insurance sale, okay? So that's option three. And then the fourth one is what Sahar was referring to as the referral program. If you know any estate planning attorneys, CPAs, other agents, you can participate in that referral platform, okay? So we have CPAs using this, our own personal CPAs using this, and they're using that same concept where they're sending an e-blast to their entire database to say, hey, because you're a BGM client of ours, you now have free access to your own Legacy Armour vault. Click here to set up a day and time to enroll you, okay? So there's so many different ways, but this is the only platform like this that has built-in artificial intelligence. So there's nothing else like this in the industry. Okay, Joe is going to take the wheel now. We're going to dive into some real-life case examples on the life settlement side, and then as soon as he's done, we're going to wrap up and give away the free Kindle Fire tablet. Joe?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. So I want to dive into a little information about, the life settlement industry and kind of how we can help in this type of scenario. And like Bill said, for the longest time, the life settlement viatical industry has always had kind of a black eye, mainly because some of the loose regulations, a lot of it has changed. Everything is fully compliant with each of the states that we work with, so nothing to be worried about there. And I want to just break down how this can help your clients, because really, when we look at life settlements as a tool, it's all about giving your clients options. And a couple examples that Bill mentioned, the clients didn't even think that the asset they had, which was their term or universal life policy, was really worth anything. So bringing that added value, that added worth to their policies just really helps strengthen that relationship. And as an agent, doing the right thing is showing that client all those options. So real quickly here, we look at what is a life settlement, basically selling an existing life insurance policy to an investor. That policy owner changes the ownership, changes the beneficiary, that insured stays the same, but of course, in that type of transaction, they're actually changing the ownership, changing the beneficiary in exchange for a purchase price of that policy. So that policy stays in effect. You're basically just transferring that beneficiary over. So we're going to talk a little bit about, how does the policyholder negotiate? And that's really where we step in, is to make sure that we know the value of that policy. These are key things to look for. If someone's terminating their contract, if you get a lapse notice, if you get a notice from the carrier or the client that says the policy's been canceled or is being terminated, or someone says, I can't afford the premium anymore, maybe I have a health issue or an economic issue, difficulties, maybe you don't need the policy anymore. Maybe someone bought the policy to cover a particular loan, or maybe it was a business risk, and now they're actually not needing that policy anymore. Instead of just getting rid of it and canceling that policy and basically paying your premiums for 10, 15 years, and then the insurance company saying, thanks for being a client, we can look at that and see maybe that policy now can be worth something, whereas last week that client had no idea there was any value there. So any changes, other investment options, maybe that client's looking to diversify, or just looking at their portfolio and kind of seeing, well, does it make sense to keep the policy or not? On the right-hand side, looking for a typical profile, this is what you want to look for when it comes to life settlement clients, typically ages 65 or older, life expectancy of 12 years or less. We're looking at least $100,000 death benefit. What's great is if you have more than one health impairment, it's kind of the opposite of purchasing life insurance. When we're purchasing life insurance, we want to be as healthy as possible to get the best possible rate. But when you're selling the policy, the reverse is in effect. The more medical issues there are, the more impairments, the higher offer that client could potentially get for that policy. Policies must be at least 2 to 5 years old with no collateral assignment. So as long as that policy is 2 years or more out of the issue date, we can look at pricing that policy and kind of see actually how much that policy might be worth. When it comes to evaluating the policy and kind of determining how much we can expect to get for that by a potential investor, of course, we're looking at the age. The older someone is, the more you can expect. Like I just mentioned, health issues, life expectancy, gender, life expectancy for a male is a little bit lower than that of a female. So all these things kind of go into what the potential offer would be. The policy type, Bill mentioned, if it's a term policy that can be converted, you as a writing agent will get that conversion commission as well as the commission for the settlement, the death benefit, cash surrender value, all sorts of information, how many years it's been in force. All of that kind of goes into calculating what the cost is going to be. If we've got a great policy that was issued Preferred Plus, and now that client has some medical issues, of course, that person taking over that policy can actually pay those lower premiums and still retain that death benefit at that lower life expectancy. So all things we take into account when trying to make sure that we're getting the very, very best offer for that policy. And one thing that I think is very, very important, if you look at the overall amount of policies in the U.S. that are wasted, 88% of all UL policies never result in a claim, which is crazy. You would think that would be true of term, but term actually only about 2% of those policies result in a claim. So if we look at it here on the right-hand side, 76% of UL policies purchased by seniors 65 years or older also never claim, which means those people that are most likely to get a great offer for a life settlement case cancel their policies or lapse them without ever exploring that settlement opportunity. So great way to actually show you there's some great markets, some great clients that are just throwing all these policies away instead of actually pursuing that settlement. And the biggest part is education. Looking through your book of business, trying to identify information on those policies. We also develop multiple email marketing campaigns that are part of our agency automator CRM platform that you can actually send out to your entire database explaining what a life settlement is, how it works, to actually kind of pique their interest and maybe get a response to say, hey, I have an old policy, I was going to let it go. Might be worth something. Even if it's worth $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, that can make a big difference for a lot of those clients. And as you'll see in some additional case studies here, it also opens up a lot of great doors for you to actually take that policy and generate some additional revenue. So first case example is John. He had a $2.5 million John Hancock UL policy. Annual premium was about $127,000. This was guaranteed to age 100. He's 83 years old, prime candidate for life settlement. He was able to actually sell the policy and get $920,000. What that agent did with that $920,000 is actually turned around, wrote a SPIA for $200,000. That client retained the difference in cash. Were able to use that money for whatever they wanted. So it opens up a lot of great avenues for additional sales, cross sales opportunities, because now you're giving that client a great asset, which is cash in the bank after they're selling that policy. Another example here, this is Bill. He had a $500,000 MetLife term. The annual premium was just over $5,000. He had 4 years remaining. He was 71 years old. We're able to actually sell that policy for $62,000. He was then able to buy a smaller whole life policy with that agent. So a lot of great opportunities. Again, you're giving clients a great resource that otherwise they would throw away. So we've got some great material. We actually have an in-depth video on life settlements. We call it the Life Settlement 101 video. You can go right to products, click on life settlement, watch that video. There's a specialist that joins us on that call to really show you what to look for, how the entire transaction works start to finish. The best part is we take care of everything behind the scenes. So very simple, very easy. Definitely check that out. I will send that link out in this afternoon's thank you email so you can learn more and kind of help identify what clients might be a great fit. So it's a great part of the industry, often overlooked, but definitely check it out if you have that book of business or just to know what to present to those clients. Some great upcoming training events. I mentioned, using the agency automator platform to market to your clients and actually uncover some great life settlement opportunities. If you want to get trained on that agency automator platform, we have trainings every single day of the week at 2 p.m. Eastern. My recommendation is to definitely join those, learn how to use that system. It will definitely result in some new sales, some new leads, because you're doing a lot of great marketing activity on autopilot to get in front of more people. At the bottom there, we have a great webinar next week. We're covering IUL sales concepts, including premium finance options. That's at 2 p.m. on the 26th. We're going to cover the lowest cost IUL in the industry, also how you can pair that with premium finance scenarios, and show you some of those great resources and some great case examples that other agents have used to uncover that premium finance opportunity. So a lot of great training happening later in the week, so great information to take a look at, and I'll actually hand it back over to Bill here to wrap up.
Yeah, Joe, did we also add the Legacy Armour training as well, weekly? Is it a weekly call that we're having so everybody can get familiar and ask questions?
Yep, that's starting in just a couple weeks. That'll be included in the website calendar. When you go to our website, you can actually see all that information and jump right into the platform as well.
Okay, so yeah, so we're going to have a standing weekly Legacy Armour training that Sahar and Michael will host. And if anybody's on the fence or you want to learn a little more, we'll have that available in just a couple weeks, and we'll send out an email as well. And then, yeah, like Joe said, just go to our website. There's a training calendar, and it talks about all of the upcoming webinars and training events for all platforms. Okay, so this is the Bill Levinson Experience podcast slide here. And if you look where it says estate planning attorney, which is number 2, that's already up and running. So check that out when you get a chance. And then in just a couple weeks, we brought in a third party, one of the top annuity consultants in our industry. He's been written up in magazines. He's been written up online. His name is Christopher, and he brings a lot of great knowledge to the fixed and indexed annuity space. So I'm going to talk all about annuities and how he got started in the business. We're going to give sales ideas on the annuity side. That's coming up in December. So check that out when you get a chance. The Premium Finance Guru was last month. We have some agents making a lot of money in the premium finance space. Things have changed moving forward. Anyone with $1 million of net worth or higher is now a possible candidate for premium finance. So check out that podcast episode as well. Leave a review for me, okay? Tell me what you think. Leave a review, copy and paste, send me that review, okay? I want to see what you said. And it better be good. No, I'm joking. I want to know what your thoughts are. If you leave a review, send it to me. I'll send you one of our latest IUL sales books. Okay, this is our last slide. I always like to end with something positive. I also want to give out the free tablet. So we're going to do both. Remember I said, I hope you were paying attention during this webinar. Well, I'm going to ask the question, and make sure you have that question box up in the right-hand corner. You might have to open up the pane, but type in the answer to my question. Whoever's first, Joe will announce the winner right now live, okay? The question is, who is our latest employee to join the Levinson team? And Joe's going to go through the answers to see who's first, and then he'll announce the winner.
Okay, the winner is Tim M.
Tim M. Tim M., congratulations. We'll mail your Fire tablet out this afternoon. So thank you very much for joining us. We'll end on a positive note. The only difference between 10 miles an hour and 150 miles an hour is the ability to take action and leave fear out of the equation, okay? Let's all go out and get it done. Just know enough to be dangerous. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. I always say relationships and doing the right thing comes before anything, okay? So we can all do it, just like what we did starting 23 years ago, and Carrie starting it in 1972. We made it happen, and so can you, and it's ultimately because of our agents. So go out, have a great rest of the week, a great weekend, an unbelievable Thanksgiving, a great holiday. Thank you again for joining. Take care.